Expansion.
So that's when I made the decision that night at about 3 or 4 in the morning. I got up and I said, well, there's only one other way to get out of here, and that's in a body bag, right? So I grabbed a razor blade. I cut it, I opened it up, and I went to the toilet, and I thought about it for about a couple of minutes, and I thought, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it properly, because I don't want to live through this. I actually want to go.
Yeah.
So it's not self-harm now anymore. It's a suicide attempt. So I grabbed the razor blade, and the first thing I slashed was my throat from ear to ear, right? And that's why a lot of people wonder why I got neck tattoos. I don't have neck tattoos because I want to be a tough cunt. I have neck tattoos because, as you remember, having a conversation with me saying I got scars on my neck and I'm really self-conscious about it. And remember you saying to me,
Do it.
fucking get it tatted. And I did. And it's the best thing I ever done because I never had to look back. Right? So I thank you for that, Rafa.
No, full power to you, man.
You got me over the line.
Yeah.
So I remember grabbing the razor blade and slashing my throat from ear to ear and looking at myself bleeding in the mirror. And I thought, this is not enough. He's not going to do the job. So I started slashing my arms. So I slashed my arms all up to here, both my arms. And I thought, that's still not going to be good enough. It's still not losing enough blood. So I slashed my stomach open, and I then slashed my leg open. And then a lot of blood was coming out.
Yeah.
Right? And I thought to myself, well, this should do the trick.
Yeah.
Right? So I went in the shower, and I just lay there, and I started doing pressure on myself, just so the blood would come out more, and the blood was coming out more, and I was making pressure on my neck and my arms and everything, and the blood was starting coming out more. So I remember, the next thing I remember is someone got up in the middle of the night, like 4 or 5 in the morning.
One of your cellmates.
One of my cellmates, and turned the light on in the toilet. And I was behind the shower curtain, and he opened the shower curtain, and fuck, until this day I wonder what that poor cunt would have thought, right? He thought, and I remember him say, fuck's sake. So he quickly went and buzzed up. Buzzed up is this thing that is on the door.
Intercom.
And he called
for
the
emergency things
for
when
emergency.
you're in jail,
Now,
in yourself.
at the time, I remember I was still conscious, and I was like, fuck this cunt, right? I had to get up and fuck this up. And I was angry, right? And I remember the screws coming, and I pretended like I was out, but I wasn't fully out. But then about 10, 15 minutes after that, when they started carrying me out, I went out. Now, I learned later that when I woke up in the hospital, all stitched up and angry because I didn't die. All stitched up. I learned later that I lost about 1.5 liters to nearly 2 liters of blood, close to 2 liters. And if I would have lost, the doctor said another hour and a half in the toilet shower, and that would have been it for me.
Yeah.
You know? And they said, I think at the time it was said that attempt was one of the worst they've ever seen.
Yeah.
Right? Because you do see people in jail a lot cut themselves a little bit and self-harm and cut themselves, but not to the extent that someone slashes their throat open. You know?